Welcome to Storytelling Anime. Today I will storytelling Steins Gate Zero, which is the part of Steins Gate masterpiece. 6 months have passed since Rintaro Okabe, unable to change the past, chose to stay in a world line where Kurisu Mikiz is dead, discarding his identity as a self-proclaimed mad scientist. Suzuha Main, the future daughter of Itaru, Daru, Hashida, who had traveled back in time to convince Rintaro to help her prevent World War III, pretended to be Daru's sister to keep her identity a secret from her future mother, Yuki Main. As Rintaro, still traumatized over his experiences with changing world lines, continues to refuse to help Suzuha, he attends a seminar held by Professor Alexis Leskinen and his assistant Meiho Hayajo. During the seminar, Leskinen and Meiho present Amadeus, an artificial intelligence program based on Kurisu's research before her death. While waiting for Amadeus to load, Rintaro lashes out at a naysayer in the crowd doubting Kurisu's research, earning praise from Leskinen. Meiho then presents Amadeus, which runs an AI version of herself that was implanted with her memories 4 days ago, demonstrating that it is capable of its own decisions and behaves just like a human. Following the seminar, Rintaro speaks with Meiho about the project, revealing that he was Kurisu's friend. Hearing about this, Leskinen and Meiho invite Rintaro to converse with an Amadeus AI formed from Kurisu's memories of 8 months ago before her death. Coming to Meiho's lab, Rintaro is greeted by the Amadeus version of Kurisu, and he is surprised to find that her thoughts on time travel differs from what the original Kurisu told him. Afterwards, Leskinen and Meiho recruit Rintaro as a temporary tester, installing an app on his phone that allows him to converse with Amadeus Kurisu. As Mayuri Shina prepares for a Christmas party for everyone at the lab, Rintaro shows Amadeus Kurisu, whom he keeps a secret from his friends, around Akihabara and the lab. On Christmas Eve, Leskinen and Meiho end up joining Rintaro at the party, which proves to be more than a surprise when Suzuha assumes it is an ambush and almost attacks Yuki. While everyone else enjoys the party, Mayuri overhears Rintaro speaking happily with Amadeus Kurisu, prompting Meiho to step in to remind him that the real Kurisu is still dead, at which point Rintaro feels strange sensations of déjà vu. Rintaro briefly has a vision of a world line where he is caught up in the middle of a war, which he eventually comes to realize was his reading Steiner taking effect. Meanwhile, Suzuha explains to Dara that she is looking for Kaguri Shina, Mayuri's future adopted daughter who time-traveled with her from the year 2036, but became separated from her in 1998. As Rintaro decides to help with the search, he gets a call from Luka Urashibara about a pressing matter, before finding that Daru has called Moka Kiryu over. Moka, who works as an editorial writer in the current world line, is hired by Daru to help search for Kaguri, learning that another group has also been searching for her. Just then, Rintaro gets a call from Meiho about what appears to be a kidnapper, only to discover it to just be a fellow scientist named Judy Reyes. Noticing that Rintaro has been ignoring Amadeus Kurisu's calls recently, Meiho suggests to him that it may be better to give up his role as a tester. Later, Luka arrives at the lab with an amnesiac girl, whose only clue to her memory is the sole item in her possession, an old UPA toy. When Mayuri and Suzuha arrive, the girl collapses upon seeing Mayuri, while Suzuha recognizes her as Kaguri. As Kaguri and Mayuri form a bond despite not knowing each other, Rintaro asks Moka to continue searching for the group that has been looking for Kaguri. Later, the gang celebrates New Year's by dressing up as shrine maidens at Luka's shrine. As the group moves to the lab to continue their celebrations, Amadeus calls in, making her presence known to everyone else. Just then, Amadeus suddenly disappears and armed men storm the lab. The armed men attempt to abduct Kaguri but are forced to flee empty-handed when Yugo Teneji arrives and disarms them. Concluding that the group are not the same rounders he had previously encountered, Rintaro approaches Teneji, using his knowledge over him being a member of a rounder group connected to SCRN in order to acquire his help in protecting Kaguri. Meanwhile, as Meiho continues to find herself locked out of Amadeus, Luka tries to question Suzuha over what everyone is keeping from him. Later, Rintaro suddenly receives a distress call from Amadeus, at which point his reading Steiner activates, and he is sent to another world line where Karisu is still alive. Rintaro soon comes to realize that he has once again ended up in the Alpha world line where Mayuri is dead, as the Rintaro of this world line couldn't go through with sacrificing Karisu to save her. Realizing that this Rintaro came from another world line, Karisu reveals she has rebuilt the phone microwave, asking him to use it to return to his world line. As Rintaro struggles with his decision, Karisu takes him to Mayuri's grave, urging him to wake up from his dream. After advising Rintaro not to interact so much with Amadeus, Karisu kisses Rintaro before sending a D-mail to her past self, delaying her long enough to prevent Rintaro from deleting their data from SERN and returning to the Beta world line. As Rintaro arrives back in the Beta world line, where Amadeus' takeover has been prevented, he discovers Mayuri's friend Katsumi, Fubuki, Nakase, who was hospitalized after they both collapsed, has memories of the Alpha world line he was just in. After arranging for Meiho to stay with Ferris after her hotel is burgled, Rintaro is questioned by Suzuha about the shift in world line, revealing that it was caused by time machine experiments by America and Russia. Fearing she is running out of time, Suzuha tries to force Rintaro to go back in time with her, but Daru convinces her to stop. Later, Tenuji informs Rintaro about an organization known as DERPA, leading him to suspect that they may be targeting Amadeus to obtain Karisu's time machine theory. Rintaro asks Meiho if she possesses any of Karisu's research, but she lies, keeping it a secret that she has Karisu's personal laptop. Hiring Mocha as a bodyguard, Meiho gets Amadeus running again and resumes testing with Rintaro before having a slumber party with Ferris and Mocha. The next day, Rintaro, Meiho, and Amadeus spend the day going around Akihabara, ending up at the radio building where Karisu was killed. After Meiho reveals to him that she possesses Karisu's laptop, Rintaro warns her that the data on it is what will spark World War III. Meeting up with Daru, who had been hired by Meiho to analyze Karisu's laptop, Rintaro decides to tell Meiho the truth about time machines, warning her that she mustn't attempt to use one herself to save Karisu. The group becomes surrounded by a hostile group who take Meiho hostage, demanding the laptop in exchange. However, another group appears and destroys the laptop, leaving Meiho upset that she couldn't protect Karisu's legacy. Later, Meiho and Professor Alexis Leskinen return to America, bringing Rintaro's time with Amadeus to an end. Kaguri collapses again after hearing Mayuri singing a song, which Rintaro believes may be a hint to regaining her memories. He finds that Mayuri had learned the song from Suzuha, who herself had learned it from Yuki in the future. Yuki then reveals she had learned the song from Rintaro's mother, who claims he was the one who sang it to her back when he first started his mad scientist phase. While visiting Mayuri's grandmother's grave for any clues, Kaguri goes into a daze upon hearing a song on the radio and almost gets hit by a truck, after which she regains her memories of Mayuri being her mother. It is then revealed that Rintaro had learned the song from Kaguri herself years ago, before she was spotted by a mysterious organization. That is all for today. See you again next episode Storytelling Steins Gate 0. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Have a good day. Thank you.